I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for my cup to be overfilled because, I've heard that, Revati is a nakshatra that brings wealth. So I'm waiting for my cup to be filled. And I'm still waiting. Oh, well, might as well put my cup down. And you see, that's something about Revati as well. People quite often, when they first learn about Revati, and one of the translations of Revati, which means the wealthy ones, they understand that, Revati is somehow going to provide wealth for them. Occasionally it might, right? When the moon is transiting Revati, occasionally it might. But the other meaning of Revati is quite often lost, which is to transcend. So the true wealth is in being able to transcend. The true wealth is in being able to trust that you have absolutely everything that you need at your disposal for your journey. Now, if you remember with Purva Bhadrapada and Uttara Bhadrapada, we're dealing with the dualism with Purva Bhadrapada, and then the confrontation of those two different sides of ourselves so that they can then merge, and how the ego wants to kind of hold on. You see, Revati deals with that final surrender of the ego, right? And let's talk about this term ego. It gets such a bad reputation, but in all actuality, you need an ego to be here in a human form, right? But what happens with Revati is this assertive, because Revati, believe it or not, Revati is often thought of as a very gentle, easygoing nakshatra, but it's also very assertive. So it's going to be accommodating. It's going to be friendly, but in a really assertive way. You ever have one of those like passive aggressive friends? And that's not me saying Revati is passive aggressive, but it tries to coax things, right? Why? Because we don't like waiting. I'm waiting. Come on now, and that's how it goes. And there is a certain level of waiting quite often with planets that are in Revati nakshatra, because Revati is the last of the nakshatras. It represents finality, but it's that finality before the new stage of creation begins. So there's development within the ending, right? And so quite often with planets in Revati Nakshatra or moon in Revati, it can feel like we're in a state of limbo, that things are not really, budging, that something's in development, but it's not quite there yet, right? And we want to kind of coax it along a little bit rather than just surrendering and trusting. So Revati tries our patience in that regard to the extent of trying to teach us that the true wealth lies in being able to transcend the concept of control, transcend the idea of thinking that you know absolutely everything that would be best. And maybe on one level of your life you do, right? But you know that by surrendering to that purity within yourself, by surrendering to the pure soul, because the soul knows the way. And that's part of the journey of Revati. So Revati people, like if you have the moon in Revati, these people can be very easygoing and very gentle, but at the same time, they like to get their way. So they may believe something is for the good of all people involved, and they'll try to get just a little bit pushy with it to a certain extent, right? But in general, what's going on with this nakshatra is asserting our surrender, right? But one part likes to hold on, and the other part's ready to let go. Do I hold on or do I let go? And it's the final surrender, the final letting go. If you'd like to learn more about the nakshatras in your own horoscope, or if you want to work with me, again, you can find ways to work with me, either in my link tree, if you're watching this anywhere else other than YouTube. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can find my scheduling information at the link above. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye now.